Welcome to the instructional video for this Signature CV40 from Elders. It's a 2019 model. I'm going to walk you around the outside of the vehicle and then we'll work our way inside. So based on a Fiat Ducato on a 2.3 130, it has manually folding in mirrors and they electrically operate both top and bottom areas from inside. The vehicle itself on the driver's side has a gas tank. There is an element inside to tell you how much gas is in there. So to fill it up, just go to the filler station, pull that out and just put the nozzle in to allow the gas then to go in. And like I said, inside there is a display to tell you, pop it back in there, how much gas is in there. Next to that is your freshwater fill. So that's where you put your hose pipe up to fill up the freshwater. The drain is directly underneath it in the blue one. So make sure that that is closed, otherwise it will just drop straight out from underneath when you're filling it up. And to the side of that is your grey one, so this is your wastewater. So freshwater blue, grey water is the grey one. Behind that we've got the toilet cassette, and that has a lockable compartment just on the right there. Lift it up, you'll see that's where the tank's located. Lift up the handle and slide out the tank. And then you will have your flush button there, your screw cap to empty it, your handle, and it also comes with wheels on it. Make sure it clips over there, and that makes sure that it's secured in transit, and you can only remove that once you put the valve in the right position on the toilet. So it must be closed for you to be able to remove that. If it's not, go in, open the slide, which I'll show you later in the video, then that will allow you to remove it. This socket behind it is the 230 power, so you'll just put your mains cable into your site there, that will give you access into there. On the back of the vehicle we've got a tow bar fitted to it. We've also got a high up mounted camera, and the doors will open once on your keys you press the bottom button, so that will open the side door and the back door. So open the handles there and then do the same on that side there. We've got a storage compartment just in here, so you can put your belongings in there, and then the doors have blinds and flash screens located just on either side. So same on this side as well. To open them, turn the levers and that will allow the window to open, and then you have a little lock which will twist it on both sides. We'll then lock it in place. When you've finished it, unlock them, twist them back in, and that will secure that. Make sure that they are in the lockable position before you are driving off. When you're closing it, make sure you close the left hand side door first and then the right hand side door. So that's the back of the vehicle. On the passenger side you'll see that there is an awning fitted. So this is the Dometic awning, very similar to the Thule awnings, which will send you a separate video of how to use that. And underneath that we've got an awning light. Under the sliding door we've got an electric step. The diesel fills up just in the compartment here using the Fiat key. Open the passenger door, you'll see the bonnet release catch, so that's just that lever there. Engine battery is located underneath there. The toolkit can be found underneath the passenger seat, and under the driver's seat you've got a bit of storage just there. The windows themselves have Remy's cab lines on the side ones, and then if you pinch them together on the front ones, they'll come across from both sides and that will screen off that front area. One little point with this is just be gentle locking them in place and closing them back. You've got electric window switches on the passenger and your handle to open the door. The bonnet release catch, so that can be found just above the Elders badge in the middle of the vehicle. Lift it up and you'll see there's a little handle there. We've got your negative point and your positive point. The positive point can just be found underneath that cover there. Then we've got your oil and your dipstick, and then to the left hand side we've got your screen wash. When you finish with it, gently just close it, and that closes down that front area there. So that's pretty much most of the outside covered. Let's move on to the inside. So to get into the sliding door, you open the handle, slide the door back, and it will lock in place just there. We have got a fly screen that comes all the way across, and just to the right hand side, so just hidden behind that panel, is your step button. So if you press that button in, that will deploy the step, and press it up, that will deploy the step back in. Now before we go in, we lift up that panel. We've got an extra little bit of support for the kitchen area, and just release both of them down. That will then close again. Underneath here we've got your drawers. Before you're driving off, just make sure that you press that in to secure it. So all these just need to be pushed in, but we've got storage in the end unit all the way along. Like I say, just press them in, make sure that they're all locked in. These two just pull down, and then we'll lock in place just like that. In the driver's position, the seats will swivel. So to swivel the seats, you'll just need to pull this little bar back. Now to move the seat forward, you'll need to just lift up the handle underneath, and that will allow you then to spin the seat around, so that anybody in that area then can join in with the conversations of everyday life. The table will lift out completely, so if you lift it up, it will lift out. It will also fold down to make into a smaller berth, should you wish, but most people just use this vehicle for 2 berths. You'll see also on the seats, we've got the height adjusters for the front and back, and the lumbar support and the adjuster for the backrest just there. The cab itself, we've got passenger airbag, we've got a glove box, we've got cruise control. Just to the left hand side here, you've got your indicators and your lights on that side. On the opposite side, we've got the windscreen wipers, and on the end of the stalk we've got the trip counter. We've got the mirror switches just down there, and the window switches just down there. Steering wheel controls, the head unit, which has got radio, media, nav and phone, and the air conditioning there, as well as the 6-speed gearbox, and the little map holder that pulls up, pull the handle down. That will then give you access to putting your phone or a tablet just in that area, just there. So to make up that smaller area, then you would just pull that down, use the backrest to go onto that table, and use the seating area at the front to make up that smaller child option berth. With the table completely removed, you'll see, lifting up here, you'll have a little bit of storage, and underneath this panel here, in front of the forward facing seats, is where you'll find the main control panel. So this is your main RCD switch here, yeah, so that's where you'll find everything located, and lower down is the fuse, and tucked right down at the bottom, just down there, is the heater tank option if you want to go out and use it in the cold conditions. You'll also see that under there is where the pump is located. So this is where most of your main appliances are. So your breaker box for your test, so if you don't think you're getting power to it, press that down and it will flick down, and these all should be in the up position, so just bear that in mind. Once you've finished in that area again, make sure that you press the push buttons in. We've got the seat belt buckles just there. And then we come on to the main control panels. These can be all found above your head on the left hand side as you're entering in. First option you want to do is press the main power, and that will put all the power onto the vehicle. You'll see that it'll give you an indication of what's in your gas. It will also light up the heater controls and the water controls. And more importantly, if you want to put your lights on, you'd press the light button. Your awning light, press the awning button. You want to see how much power is in your battery, then you just press and hold it, and it will tell you how much power is in there. We'll also tell you how much water's in there. And then we've got your pump on and your pump off. So you'll see that when it's running, it will tell you it's running on that little control panel. Pretty straightforward items, to be fair on that. On your heating side of it, it will tell you on this little panel here. So it does tell you whether it's off, whether it's on 3 kilowatt gas, mixture of gas and electric, or off. So 1, 2, 3, gas, mixture of both. I'm going to put it on 1 for the minute. If you want to then increase the temperature, just press the up and down buttons and that will set your temperature. Yeah. And then you'll hear the fan kick in. For your water, you want to do the same thing. So you want to press the button here and it will go through your options on that water side of it. So same idea, electric and gas, or a mixture of both. Okay. So when you finish using it, turn it to the off position and that will turn everything back off. Okay, so that's your main hot water and heating controls, your main controls on the vehicle. You've got a light switch here that turns on that. Some of the other lights will turn off individually, just on the little rocker switches denoted around the vehicle. Yeah. To get into the cupboards, you just push down on that little button and that will open it up. You've got a storage space in there. You've got some storage space in the overhead locker there. And that's the seats covers that the previous owners left with the vehicle. Storage just up there. We've got your taps, can just be found here for the sink area. They're diagonal, sort of marked on the top, hot and cold, so you know where to turn it. Inside this area, you've got some storage underneath the 2 cupboards here. So the top one is a drawer, and the lower one down here is where you will find your drain. So before you fill up your fresh water, I can just show you there, you've got a drain point here. It does tell you there's a little sticker on here which way to turn it, but if it's not in the right position, that drain, then your hot water won't heat. It'll basically go straight through your water tank and out underneath the vehicle. So make sure that yellow valve is in the right position, otherwise your water will just drain straight out of the vehicle. Yeah, so that's the one that's quite important for the hot water side of it. Can be found underneath in that bottom cupboard. You've got a plug socket here, and here, as I mentioned, is your accessibility to the pump, really for service purposes if we need to get in there to do anything on the pump. The cooker unit on here, so we have both gas and electric. So your electric there and your 2 gas rings, and an oven and a grill option just for you, just there. Above it, we've got the microwave. So this will only work when it's on mains, so just be careful that when you're not hooked up to mains. That is the socket for it, and little plate holder just there. The oven option, so to turn it on, you press and hold that and it will light up. You can cool it down just by pressing the button at the top, or you can put it into night mode just like so. Yeah, so up and down just like so. To open it, just press the lever and then you will see that we have got a freezer and a fridge compartment just there. Yeah, when you're finished using it, press and hold that button at the bottom and then it will turn the unit off. Moving further back, we've got your booklets and packs just in there. We've got your solar regulator just up here, so that's flashing, or just a single light is telling you that there's power in there. So that's your solar regulator. The roof vents, so pull the handle down and slide it across, pull it down and slide it back. This too has got a fly screen and a blind on it. And if I go back to the front one, missed that for you, same idea, fly screen and a blind. And if we spin around, this one works a little bit different, so we press our button and slide it back. Make sure with both of those that you close them before you're going off, and that must be over, that bar must be over that little button there. In the middle we've got a PIR for the alarm. It's got a carbon monoxide detector and a smoke alarm just there. In the bathroom area is heated in here as well, and throughout the vehicle you'll see these little heating vents lower down. You can open and close them as you want to use them. Yeah, the sink doubles up as a shower. So it just pulls out of there. We'll go around and sit in situ. And again, when you're priming the hot water, so once we've filled up the fresh water and we've closed the drain valve for the boiler, turn your tap to hot, and again it's marked on here with a symbol, and pull it through on this shower tap as well as your kitchen tap. Yeah, that will then just push back in, and we'll double then up as your basin tap. Just like so. Yeah, we've got 2-foot shoulder underneath here. In the middle there's a little clips which will open for storage, and we've got a ventilated cupboard here. Roof lights just opens up front, closes down, or you can open it up together by opening both at the same time. Just clip that back in place when you're not using it. Couple of coat hooks here, a little bit of storage. Lower down you've got your toilet roll holder, and we've got the toilet here. So right at the beginning of the video I mentioned about the blade valve, so that's the valve here. So to the back of the vehicle is when it's open, to the front is when it's closed. Yeah, so it's got to be closed for you to be able to pull out the toilet cassette. Behind the seat you'll see there's a blue button. That is the flush button. That will only work when you have the pump on, and it will come straight from the freshwater tank. To the left of it you've got an indicator that tells you when the toilet is getting full. Once that indicator light comes on, please empty the toilet. Yeah, and like I say at the side, that's your toilet roll holder. The door is lined, so it's designed to get wet, designed to dry. There is a screen in the pack if you want to put it on. It's entirely up to your individual customers. Next to here is where you will find your table. Just houses nice and neat in there. There's also a couple of little switches for higher and lower down. We've got a TV that we supplied to it, so that will then just plug into the TV points here. You've got a couple of USB points, a couple of mains points, and a jack point just there. Above it we've got opening cupboards. This is your aerial point on the vehicle, so you can tune it in just as you want to do, just on there. And there's a little switch on the side to turn it on and off should you want to watch TV in the vehicle. Behind that we've got another opening cupboard for storage, and again all the lights simply turn on and off just like so. We've got fly screens and blinds on them as well, lift up and open the same way, using the same turnbuckles to hold them out when you're there. The awning pole is supplied with the vehicle, and we've also got a mattress topper that's come with it as well. Underneath the fridge compartment is your wardrobe. Again, we've got a makeup cushion as well for that front bed area. It's stored there, cab carpets, and it's got a mains cable. Again, make sure they're pressed in before you stand or set off. Underneath the seats we've got accessibility. To press the buttons in, and that folds down. You've got the standard battery compartment just there, and then next to it we fitted an additional one for the new customer. To operate the beds, so what you simply need to do is press them 2 buttons in and then slide it open, nice and neat, like that. Same with the other side, so nice and neat together. And then simply lay the cushions down to give you that large bed sleeping across the vehicle, like I'll show you now. And then there we have your bed set up for your evening comforts. And then we're back set up for our daytime use. So on leaving the vehicle, you want to come to the main control panel and turn off the main light just there. That will turn off your power to the vehicle and allow you to leave the vehicle for whatever adventure it takes you on. So I hope that it helps you work the vehicle. We look forward to your feedbacks and comments. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's nice to see new faces, but most importantly, we hope you enjoy your new CV40. Thank you.